Okay, so this is Woman's World, June 28th, 2021. Finally came in the mail. Was waiting for this magazine. So thank you for arriving. You're a little slow, but you came. That's all that matters. And let's go ahead and hit this magazine hard and fast. Did you know that on Sunday, June 27th, it was Ice Cream Cake Day? So I hope you enjoyed a cake. On Tuesday, June 29th, it's National Camera Day, so you're supposed to revel in the beauty. On July 1st, we got a lot of things going on July 1st. It's American Zoo Day, so you're supposed to go to your zoo and see an animal, I guess. I'm not going to read all the bits and parts. I want you to pick up the magazine, read this wonderful magazine. Did you know that July 1st is Peach Month? Yep, Peach Month. Saturday, July 3rd, it's National Compliment Your Mirror Day. Show you some love. So basically love what you see in the mirror. Joke of the week. License to thrill. A man was startled when a car came barreling through the bushes in the yard. He rushed to help the driver and said, "You're quite elderly to still be driving." "Yes," she said, "I'll be 97 next week and I'm old enough that I don't need a license." "Don't need a license?" asked the man. "That's right," she replied. "Last time I saw my doctor, he asked if I still drove. When I told him yes, he tossed my license in the trash, so I thanked him and left." Start your week with a laugh. We have a woman here that's with the books, and it says Home First Aid, and a man's looking at the kit, the book, I should say. It says people who buy the Do-It-Yourself book usually ends up buying this, the Home First Aid book. What do you call a hen who counts her eggs? A hen and she counts her eggs. Well, a chicken. Get it? We have two ladies here talking about if at first you don't succeed, there's always takeout. And this woman goes, "That's my kitchen motto." So we move forward. An interesting note, I don't think we get this channel, but there's a good movie on, and I would like to see this actually. It says, "Fall in love with a whirlwind wedding. Love is in the air for more than just the bride and groom at this wedding. Talented event planner Darcy returns to her hometown to plan her mother's wedding, but her obsession with perfection begins to clash with her mom's wish for a low-key celebration. When her mom wants to hire Kyle as the chef, Darcy seems inadequate for catering this event, but as complications arrive, it's Kyle who helps her to pull off the big day and find love that she's been looking for." Says it premiered June 27th. Don't you like getting books when it's already premiered? But anyway. Moving forward. I always love the Power of Love story, so we got to read that. These special best friends prove that love heals all hearts. And it says Noah is all smiles during mommy time. Dad and son enjoy the outdoors and watches football. Noah and Lucky share a special bond, and that's him and his doggie. Dave and Michaela Robbins had been trying for 4 years to adopt a child. Regularly fostered dogs waiting for forever homes, but when their paths crossed a disabled little boy and a 3-footed pup, both in need of a home, it seemed like divine planning. And it became beautiful, happy ending for them all. "Maybe we need to accept that it's never going to happen," Michaela Robbins said sadly to her husband, Dave. The Pittsburgh couple had been trying to adopt for 4 years, but they still hadn't had a child to call their own. Longing to share the love, in August of 2019, Michaela and David decided to volunteer at a local facility that helped infants and children transition from hospital care to home. They were planning on cuddling babies, but the first day they went in, Dave and Michaela were told there weren't any babies available. But there was a little boy who needed some attention. Noah, a lively redhead spitfire who was 4 years old at the time. He had been born with arthrogryposis, which is a disorder along with the growth, feeding, and breathing issues caused a contracture in his joints. Noah's legs were permanently bent, making walking extremely difficult, if not impossible. As they entered Noah's room, Dave introduced himself. Noah eyed him, then quipped, "You're not Dave. I think you're more a Dave-it." What a cute, funny little fellow, Dave thought. Michaela was just taken with a young Noah, who had quickly challenged the pair to a game of Go Fish and kept them laughing all afternoon. The couple so enjoyed their time with Noah that they decided to visit him again, and neither were aware of all how their lives were about to change. They have a picture here of Noah and his furry buddy, Lucky, who both have special needs and were adopted into the same loving family. Michaela and Dave Robbins have been trying to adopt for 4 years when they finally met Noah. A surprise connection. Soon Michaela and Dave were visiting Noah regularly. Then one day, a staff member offhandedly told them, "Did you know that Noah is in foster care looking for a family to take him in?" Michaela and Dave had no idea, but learning his situation, both felt an instant pull on their hearts. Could this be the child we've been praying for? Michaela wondered. This kid is great. This feels so right. Dave agreed, and in December of 2019 they brought Noah home. Noah was overjoyed. He's especially excited when he discovered that Michaela and Dave were also fostering dogs. As soon as he arrived, they took in another pup, Lucky, a Shih Tzu, who only had 3 paws. Noah and Lucky became instant best friends, and Michaela called the dynamic duo, "It's like they just get each other," she and Dave marveled. With Michaela and Dave's love and care, and Lucky's too, Noah blossomed. Seeing him happy and thriving, Michaela and Dave knew they wanted to make Noah a permanent member of their family. "I'm going to be a Robbins," Noah exclaimed. "Dude, you already are," Dave told him. Meant to be a family. As the big day approached, Noah asking Michaela and Dave if they could adopt Lucky too. Best friends get adopted together, he insisted. And on December 11th, 2020, in a virtual adoption ceremony, that's exactly what happened. Today, Noah is 6, just completed kindergarten in a regular school. And after his latest leg straightening operation, Dave and Michaela have high hopes that he will defy the doctor's predictions and be walking soon. Lucky tailing with him, no doubt. Noah wasn't what we were expecting when we set on our adoption journey. But life is full of wonderful surprises, Dave said with a warm smile. Adds Michaela, "I believe that our family is exactly as it was meant to be. Noah and Lucky prove that love heals all hearts." Kelly B. Gormley is the author. 3 surprising health benefits of friendship. 1. It slashes stress. Knowing that you have supportive friends cuts stress hormone production by 25% reduces blood pressure by as much as 12 points, and improves immunity, says Joseph C. Maroon, MD, a professor of neurological surgery at University of Pittsburgh. And it's easy to get the benefits. A Brigham Young University study found that simply chatting with friends for 10 minutes a day can boost health and longevity by 50%. Jumpstart your joy. Spending time each week with a friend has been shown to cut your risk of blue moods in half, lift your spirits by 67% faster if you're feeling blah, say British researchers. This study shows that one-on-one time spurs the brain's production of oxytocin, a feel-good hormone that helps you bounce back fast from life's curveball. Short on time, send a cheery text message to prove that you still have similar joy-boosting effects. 3. Spur weight loss. Staying active with friends has been shown to reduce risk of weight gain, says a study from University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Researchers compared body mass index and weight circumference of people who felt isolated with those reported having lots of friends, and found the measures of health were better in people with more social ties. That story got to me, I'm sorry. Okay. They've got some nice ways here for natural ways of feeling great. I'm not going to read them to you. I'm going to urge you to pick up the magazine and read. So we're going to skip that this week because we're running short on time. Even though I'm off tomorrow, I still have a lot to do. And like I said, we got people coming all day for the house, which is going to keep us busy. And I have to deliver these books between 2 and 2:30, so that's going to keep me busy as well. Okay. Health news. Sorry about blowing my nose, by the way. Feel great all vacation long. Whether you're kicking back with a beach day or taking a road trip to visit loved ones, these natural fixes squash travel bothers fast. Tame tiredness by standing tall. You love exploring and sightseeing, but sometimes being out and about all day can leave you feeling drained by mid-afternoon. So pep up fast, stand tall with your shoulders back, pulled back. Researchers reporting in the Journal of Behavior Therapy and Experimental Psychology say that maintaining an upright posture for just 5 minutes erases feelings of weariness. The reason standing boosts the flow of energizing oxygen to the brain, plus spurs on the release of tiredness, taming testosterone. Or you could munch on a banana. Rich in fiber and potassium, bananas replenish electrolytes your body loses with perspiration on warm days, renewing your get up and go, says registered dietitian Diana Mesa. The best part is a study of PLOS1 found that the fruit is just as effective as sustaining your stamina and sugary sports drinks. Kicking off your shoes ends head pain in minutes. Jam-packed days exploring are fun, but when the go-go activity leaves your head achy, here's an easy fix. Slip off your sandals and stroll barefoot in the grass on a sandy beach for 10 minutes. Doing so stimulates acupressure points on your feet that relax spasming scalp muscles and trigger the release of pain-killing endorphins, easing a headache by 42% within minutes, say Columbia University scientists. You can sidestep your aches with peppermint. The simple key to soothing soreness from a busy day on your feet on the road: mix a few drops of peppermint essential oil with a dollop of unscented lotion and gently massage into the tender muscles while breathing deeply, according to the research in the Asian Pacific Journal of Tropical Biomedicine. Peppermint's cooling compound, menthol, acts as a pain-relieving analgesic when absorbed into achy spots. What's more, a British study found that just inhaling a refreshing scent prods the brain to release pain-killing hormones, cutting the discomfort in just 10 minutes. Excuse me. Or pack this. To stop aches before they start, consider supplementing with a daily dose of 50 milligrams of magnesium 10 days before your trip, continuing during your vacation. This essential mineral activates the parasympathetic nervous system, according to the study in Journal of Strength of Conditioning Research, calming pain signals. To snooze soundly with peace and quiet. Can't get enough shut-eye when you're away from home? Sleeping in unfamiliar places with new sounds causes your brain to go in overdrive at bedtime, leaving you tossing and turning. Luckily, falling and staying asleep is easy as popping in earplugs. Research in the critical care shows blocking all sounds increases deep sleep by 40% and cuts overnight awakenings by 65% by creating quiet that calms the mind, or so you get restorative rest you crave. Or you can picture a desert. If visiting a botanical garden leaves you sniffing and sneezing, close your eyes and spend 5 minutes imagining in a desert. Swiss scientists say that this curbs nasal congestion by 33% by relaxing capillaries in the sinuses, which helps them drain better. To quiet queasiness by leaning into turns. Now, if you're one of the 60% of folks hitting the open road this summer, there's an easy way to sidestep car sickness. Simply tilt your head in the direction you're turning to, better to align your body with the motion of the car. Japanese scientists say that doing so alleviates the conflicting sensory signals in the brain that trigger motion sickness, easing queasiness. Or you can peel an orange and breathe in that citrus scent. You see, the Stanford scientists say that the aromatic oils in the fruit calm the nausea center in your brain within 60 seconds. Plus, they activate the vagus nerve, helping the stomach muscles contract, pass food through more quickly. Or you could tame stress by humming a little tune. Who doesn't feel a little tense when caught in a traffic jam or stuck in a waiting line? When this happens, try humming a tune. Whether it's a chart-topping song or simply made-up melody, humming for as little as 30 seconds spurs the release of calming brain waves. This Cornell University research report sends your stress level plunging by 48% almost instantly. Or stargaze. After the sun sets, pop outside, gaze upward, staring at the starry sky and connecting with nature for as little as 10 minutes quiets racing thoughts and promotes feelings of peace and relaxation akin to meditation, Coventry University researchers report. Moving forward. I'm skipping a lot again only because we're running short on time, but there is a lot of good articles in here, and I want you to check this magazine out. So please don't think that by skipping all these articles that it's not a great magazine, because it's hilarious, it's great, but we're just trying to make good time tonight. Plus that one article got me all upset. They have these bunnies staring at the TV screen, and there's 3 bunnies on top. It says, "We've never had better TV reception. Ha ha." Okay. I always like reading these. The Circle of Kindness. Readers share little reminders of how much goodness there is in this world. The world is a much nicer place with kindness. I was so excited to finally be scheduled for my first COVID vaccination, but a little nervous about driving an hour away to an unfamiliar city to get it. Finally, I made it to the complex where the building was hosting the vaccines and located in the parking lot, but when I looked for signs directing me to where to go for the vaccine, I didn't see any and started to panic. Suddenly, a young girl walked over to me and asked me if I was there for the vaccine. When I said yes, she said I was on the back side of where I needed to be and told me to follow her. I got back in my car and followed her to the next street, where she flagged me into the correct parking lot and even waited for me to make sure that I made it inside. I felt so thankful for this sweet girl, and the world is a much nicer place when someone takes a moment to help someone else out in an act of kindness. Jackie Ross from Lockport, New York. How nice of her to rescue them. I sent my granddaughter to pick up a pizza along with a check for the correct amount. Unfortunately, we did not know that the store had recently changed its policy and no longer was accepting checks, only cash or credit cards. My granddaughter didn't know what to do. Their 4-H leader happened to be there and offered to pay for the pizza. How nice of her to rescue them from an embarrassing situation. Larry Jennings from Winfield, Iowa. It felt great to help. As new gardeners, my husband and I were content to raise just enough to eat. However, fertilizer and weekly rain generated a bumper crop of green beans. After giving some to friends, we learned a church-run orphanage in town, and I called them to offer some of our bountiful bounty. When I arrived, the director came out along with 5 of the girls who were there to personally thank me. It felt great to know that I was helping. Elena Holder from Hollywood, Alabama. Oh, I love these stories. A moment for you. It's time to say yes to less stress. Every night the world turns out the light and starts fresh in the morning. You need to take a break too. Life isn't all about getting things done. Let your well-being be number one, and for once have some fun. Someone is long overdue for that opportunity to relax and renew, and that's you. Well, a 5-minute romance, and for y'all know, that's how I feel about romance. It takes 5 minutes to fall in and out of love usually, and, and it never lasts. That's why I always laugh. Second chances. With her famous ex back in town, Claire Clark is struggling to reconcile with her past until a chance meeting makes it clear that her love is in the future. "It's him," Jana whispered, gesturing toward the man on the field ahead. Claire Clark shook her head at the best friend, her throat tight. "It can't be. Trust me, it's him. You'd be able to see yourself if you had your glasses." Claire squinted at the figure ahead of her, trying to bring him into focus. He was tall and well-built, his biceps clear to see, even to her. "But he lives in California, making movies," she rationalized. "Plus, Mitch Golden wouldn't be caught dead helping a coaching special needs softball team." The blurry man showing a child how to swing a bat from her wheelchair was too sweet to be Mitch, she known. But that smile, while it was the fuzziness, it really did look like Mitch. A smile that could always make her heart pound and her stomach flutter. Just thinking about it sent tumbling back into time of high school. The smell of the gym, the kisses they shared, the heartache that he left behind 10 years ago. "He lived in California," Jana interrupted, "and he moved home last week." Claire stared speechless. "How do you know, and why didn't you say anything?" Jana's smile was coy as she shrugged. "He came to my house last week to see John," she said, leaning in closer as she whispered, "and I didn't mention it because you can't stand him." "Well, can't stand is a bit harsh. We dated, we broke up, and then he dated her." She pointed to Shonda Good, the woman seated in the front of her who'd been Claire's nemesis all the 4 years of school. "They broke up, and we dated again. He left town in a story." She fell silent for a moment. "So, why is he back?" Jana shrugged. "No idea. I overheard him say that he was tired of the life in the fast lane and that it was time to see if second chances were real." Second chances? After graduation, he'd taken off to Hollywood to become a star. For what? He already had it all. What else could he need? "Oh, I think I have an idea what he could need." Jana smiled, wiggling her fingers toward the field. Claire turned to find Mitch facing them, his eyes locked on her. He shot her that infamous grin and waved as Claire's heart nearly stopped. Jana's elbow dug into Claire's ribs. "What's wrong with you?" she hissed. "Wave back." Claire lifted a hand only to see Shonda waving frantically his way. "Hi, Mitch." Heat flared Claire's cheeks as she considered crawling underneath the bleachers. Guess We know what second chances he's looking for. That's my cue to go. Claire! Seriously, I have a client coming. She stood, gathering her things. See ya, Jan. She descended the bleachers, trying to avoid the heat of Mitch's gaze following her from the field. The truth was, she didn't hate him. In fact, she felt the opposite. As she hurried to the parking lot, a voice sounded behind her. Claire, hey, wait. She froze at the sound of Mitch's deep baritone when pasted a smile on her face and turned, and their eyes met. That swirling sensation in her gut returned. Mitch, hi. You're leaving already? I have a job, a client, a swoo full of... I shoot people. Whoa, what? With a camera, a photo shoot. I take pictures. She snapped her lips shut, silently begging the ground to open up and swallow her. I didn't know you were back. Staying long? That depends. On what? Whether you believe in second chances. Claire's heart began to thrum in her chest, the temperature outside seemed to swell to 100 degrees. She caught a flash of uncertainty in his eyes. I should have come and said hi in person already. He took a deep breath and exhaled, his eyes beseeching. Claire, breaking up with you was the biggest mistake I've ever made. I've thought about you every day since, and I finally decided I needed to come in. He dropped to his knees. Beg for your forgiveness. People in the parking lot stopped to stare, including a gapping Shonda. Oh my gosh, Mitch, get up. Claire said, an involuntary smile spreading across her face. He took her hand. Only if you promise to forgive me. I'm not the shallow teenager that you knew, and I'm just asking for a second chance to prove it. She swallowed. But you have everything. A huge career, a life. Mitch, He stilled, his eyes darkening with intensity. Not everything, he said. Not you. Joy exploded through her as suddenly her vision became crystal clear. I forgive you, she whispered, fighting the urge to touch his face as he stood to hug her. A second chance, then, he whispered. Yes, as she held him close. She could only say one thing. Yes, Lynn Easton. Nice story, but never happens. Next, horoscope for the week of June 27th to Saturday, July the 3rd by Marissa Brown. Let me try to get all this. There we go. We're going to start with Cancer, June 21st through July 22nd. It'll be easy to connect with loved ones on money-related topics from 27th on. Their thoughts could inspire a shift. On the 28th, spend time relaxing, engaging on a creative educational endeavor. You will soar. Your lucky days are June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Your lucky numbers are 2, 9, and 11. Now, if you're a sexy Leo like yours truly, that's July 23rd through August 22nd, and my birthday is August 3rd, just saying. From the 29th on, fit pleasurable pastimes into your schedule. The extra self-care will leave you feeling radiant. Come the 3rd, you could have an artistic breakthrough or feel in need of a big change. Trust your gut to lead you away. Your lucky days will be June 30th, July 1st, and July 2nd. And your lucky numbers, 1, 5, and 10. Now, if you're a Virgo, that's August 23rd through September 22nd. Carve out solo time for yourself from the 1st on. Rest will keep you firing on all cylinders. On the 2nd, you're going to get a green light to work closely with friends on a project close to your heart. You can look forward to smooth sailing. Your lucky days will be June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Your lucky numbers will be 7, 11, and 12. If you're a Libra, that's September 23rd through October 22nd. You'll be more drawn to connecting with friends and coworkers around the 28th. Feeling part of a community benefits your spirit. And on the 29th, you're going to be able to add more balance into your daily routine. Dive in. Your lucky days are going to be June 27th, July 1st and 2nd. Your lucky numbers will be 6, 10, and 11. If you're a Scorpio, that's October 23rd through November 21st. Step into the spotlight on a project from the 27th on. Expressing your desires to coworkers can help you get ahead. Come the 3rd, getting out of your comfort zone with an exotic meal or a long walk proves eye-opening. Now your lucky days will be June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Your lucky numbers are 5, 9, and 10. Now if you're a Sagittarius, which is November 22nd through December 21st, from the 28th on, you're going to crave experiences that broaden your horizons. Consider planning a trip or studying a favorite subject, then enjoy bonding time with loved ones on the 1st. Opening your heart brings you even closer. Your lucky days are July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Your lucky numbers are 4, 8, and 9. If you're a Capricorn, December 22nd through January 19th. Now, on the 28th, you're going to be feeling more communicative than usual. This newfound energy is to brainstorm an artistic project. On the 2nd, you're going to lean on your family to finish a project. Teamwork brings you success and bolsters your bonds. Your lucky days will be June 27th, 28th, and 29th. Your lucky numbers 3, 7, and 10. Now, if you're an Aquarius, that's January 20th through February 18th. You're going to spend more time with a dear friend from the 1st on. Quality time can lead to heartwarming memories. Then you may be inspired to dive into a redecorating project at home on the 3rd. A new approach will feel right now. And your lucky your lucky days first. June 27th, July 1st, and 3rd. Your lucky numbers will be 4, 7, and 16. Okay, Pisces, which is February 19th through March 20th. You're going to be feeling excited about learning something new on the 28th. Once you've gathered knowledge, take a leap of faith. Come the 29th, you'll make a fun, loving moment wish with loved ones. You're going to create sweet memories. Now, your lucky days will be June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Your lucky numbers will be 1, 3, and 5. If you're an Aries, which is March 21st through April 29th, you're going to be feeling more creative and expressive from the 27th on. Tap into your creative to create something impressive. Then on the 1st, consider sharing what's in your heart with a loved one to find healing paths forward. Now, your lucky days is 1, 2, and 3 of July. Your lucky numbers 4, 5, and 14. Taurus, April 20th through May 20th. Prioritize time spent with friends around the 2nd. Sharing simple traditions can make for heartfelt moments. Come the 3rd, conversations with friends or coworkers will inspire you. Let the intuition guide you for your next steps. Your lucky days, June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Your lucky numbers 3, 4, and 11. If you're a Gemini, May 21st through June 20th. Opportunities to learn abound from the 27th on. Dive into conversations with trusted friends. Then on the 29th, use a burst of confidence to further your money-making venture. A clear vision expedites your success. Your lucky days are June 27th, July 1st, and 2nd. Your lucky numbers are 2, 3, and 10. Okay. You deserve good things. You make happiness happen. One prayer is enough to bring angels to your side. To stay on one spark of hope is enough to light your way, and one step forward is enough to bring joy-filled future days closer and closer. Just one. So imagine all the wonderful things someone like you can get done. Here's Everyday Hero, proof that it only takes one person to make a difference. I followed my heart and returned $42,000. It says, it filled me with peace to return the money, says Andrea Left with the Goodwill executive Frank Holland. It says, when Goodwill employee Andrea Lessing discovered thousands of dollars in cash while sorting through donations, the single mom knew just what to do, and it blessed her in many ways. Piles of donated clothing greeted Andrea Lessing as she began her Sunday afternoon shift at Goodwill store in Norman, Oklahoma. Smiling at her co-workers, she began sorting through the bins, separating the clothing that could be put out on the floor from the items that were too worn. As Andrea dug deeper to retrieve another round of garments, her hand hit something firm and bulky. That's odd. Did a couple of books get mixed in, she wondered. Curious, Andrea untangled 2 sweaters she came across and some bulging envelopes. Opening them, her breath caught, and each envelope contained stacks of $100 bills. This can't be real. Who would leave all this money in a donation? Her mind reeled, hands were trembling, and she began counting the bills. She gasped at the total accumulation of $42,000. More money than a 26-year-old single mother had ever seen. It was enough to start a college fund for her 6-year-old daughter, or finally get a much-needed car. Taking a breath, she focused inward at what her heart was telling her. Yes, this money would truly be a blessing, but this is not my blessing to keep, the voice whispered. Andrea alerted her manager, who was just as astounded as she was, and relieved when sorting through the donation records. They were able to track down the rightful owner, a 30-year-old Air Force veteran who lost his wife in 2014. He was so thankful for Andrea's honesty, and he instructed Goodwill to give her $1,000 as a reward. Once Andrea learned his backstory, that he had bravely served our country, she beamed with the relief that he had gotten the money back, and she felt even more peace inside. Impressed by her integrity, Goodwill treated Andrea and her co-workers to an Olive Garden feast, and VP of Donated Goods Frank Holland personally presented her with a $1,000 reward. Soon the story caught in the media, and messages of love and encouragement flooded in from all over the world, filling Andrea with overwhelming sense of pride. Although returning the money was a natural decision, which she did without expecting anything in return, Andrea acknowledged that what she had gained was far more than the $1,000 reward. She could grow up watching her daughter grow, knowing that she was teaching her right from wrong, to always follow her heart, and that honesty is indeed the best policy. I'm really lucky to get experience helping someone with something as beautiful as this, Andrea shares. We all need to strive to be best human beings that we can be. We can do just one thing, to be kind to one another. We never know what someone else is going through, so just a little bit of love and kindness can go a very long way. Diane Nichols is the author. Love and laughter. You know I always share this page with you, and I'm surprised I didn't paperclip it, so I'm going to do that now. And it says there's a kitty cat standing on the scale. Diet. Now wait a minute. Submitted by Kim Oakley from California. A beautiful baby, all dressed in yellow, and she's got a beautiful yellow ribbon. Cheer Up, Buttercup. Madeline, 11 months, submitted by Mother Tiffany Hughes from West Virginia. A carpet sale, with a pair of scissors looking at the carpet and the carpet looking disapprovingly at the scissors. Be more assertive, Doug. Stop letting people walk all over you, the scissors is saying to the carpet. I'll never get tired of this. A little 3-year-old Owen, submitted by great-great-aunt Claudette from Lambert, Ontario, and he's just having a great big time on a tire swing. Sorry, Doc, I heard that you say that wine and chocolates can be somewhat beneficial. The doctor is talking to the patient, and the patient is apologizing. Faith is to believe what you do not see. The reward of this faith is to see what you believe. And that is a quote from St. Augustine. We have an adorable set here. A little girl driving a little Tykes red and yellow car, and the little girl behind her pushing her sister. Cora and Scarlett, 15 months and 3, submitted by grandmother Sharon Jegala from Michigan. Precious. Made in the Shade. Tesla is 6 months, submitted by her mother Shelley from Mali, California, and she's sitting, it looks like in a lifeguard chair with looks like a beach setting with some shades on, and she's just adorable. Great magazine. Wish it would have got here sooner, but I'm grateful to share it with you. And there's so many more great parts that you need to pick up and read. June 28, 2021, Woman's World magazine. So do it today, okay? I'm going to do one quick book review with you next, and then I'm going to hit the showers, kid, in an attempt to cool down.